I have now consistently made it to Diamond every split in Apex Legends as a normal solo queue player. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you everything important that you need to know to also make it to the top 4.5% of the ranked player base. My name is Flame078, the normal gamer making Apex content for the normal gamer. So stay tuned to the end as I break down my last game that actually got me to Diamond. But before we get into the guide, ladies and gentlemen, we need to discuss an important key factor if you're considering grinding ranked or if you grind ranked in Apex Legends. Understand that system for ranked is flawed. I personally believe it is selfish. It is really just comes down to time, and because of those two things, the integrity of the ranked badge is questionable. What that means is, because of the nature of the KP system, you intentionally put people doing bad things, pushing fights they shouldn't, playing the game in a really bad way, and overall just a very toxic bad experience. Because time is such a huge factor, and then honestly anyone with a semblance of mechanical skill can get any rank, it leads to the integrity of the rank system. A lot of people complain that how valuable is it that anyone can truly get, say, Apex Predator Masters if all it takes just sinking 10 plus hours a day or whatnot. All this is just to point out that there is room for improvement, and here I want to just point you in the direction that will make you a better player to truly earn the rank of what you're trying to achieve, in this case Diamond. And so these flaws should not deter you. So with that being said, let's talk about the mindset you should have every single time you decide to pick up the controller or mouse and keyboard to play Apex Legends ranked as a normal gamer. Mindset will allow you to capitalize on your wins and make it less frustrating every time you have bad days. Again, us normal gamers don't game 10 plus hours a day. We don't even game sometimes even 3 to 4 days a week. So everyone's experience is different, but going into it helps a lot and allows you to capitalize a lot of things. And I'm saying this because I've been grinding ranked since the mode came out, and it's only been recently since season 9 that I've been able to consistently get to Diamond every split. But the big factor here is I'm still learning and improving. Yes, I am getting to Diamond, but I'm getting to Diamond at the very last possible second. It is just now this most recent split that I have at least 2 weeks left to truly test myself. But one thing that I've learned last split and put into practice this split that will carry on for the future is this: I'm playing when I'm happy or feeling good about my skills, and cutting my sessions short when I'm having a bad time. Prior to season 9, all I would think about in terms of the grind was to play a lot, sink a lot of time, even if I was doing bad, because I was hoping that one game or two will balance it out. What this led to overall as an experience being very toxic and just not good for the health. So what I did is, as I'm doing good, if I had a couple of bad games, I would just call it. I wouldn't be frustrated. Sometimes I would be, sometimes I wouldn't, but I would cut it at a positive session. Then I would come back and repeat. If I started off bad, then I would just stop playing. What this leads is for you to maximize being in a better mental state, enjoying yourself playing Apex Legends rank, and losing less RP, which honestly is the biggest factor. If you're losing less RP will overall help you in your ranked session. Speaking of which, let's talk about RP. I mean, getting to Diamond as a solo queue normal player is achievable. Your mechanical skills aside, which varies in terms of what is measured there, being good at your 1v1s, your 1v3s, your ring awareness, position, placement, etc. But those are variable. When it comes to RP, that's constant, that's consistent. And I always advocate for guides and tip measures that allow you to get RP consistently, because again, consistent RP with limited ranked sessions as a normal gamer will allow you to climb a lot faster. As of season 11, the system does allow you to get RP in two distinct ways. The try and true tested method is shooting for early KP if possible, 2 to 3 KP, which is about 1 to 2 fights, and then try to hold a power position and play for endgame placement. I stick by this approach because it is in fact better and allows you to work on more things mechanically as a player, and it resembles competitive play, which I personally believe ranked is supposed to emulate. On the flip side, people who hate that, who get bored of that, have the option to go crazy, get lots of kills or assists, and get RP. So you have 2 options. You can have quicker matches but get lots of kills and assists and get a lot of RP, or take less games but each game taking about 15 to 20 minutes. Take that as you will, but you have these options now as of season 11. But I just want to put and add this disclaimer. Please, I encourage you to do this the legitimate way. Yes, it is kind of like a loophole, but there are people doing this the wrong way, boosting and cheating and teaming and whatnot. Don't do that, right? It goes back to that whole integrity value that I was talking about earlier. But as normal players, I feel like it's important for you to understand that this is the key to success. Consistent RP gain. Before we continue, I hope you've been enjoying the information that I've been giving you all, and I hope that it is helping you achieve the rank that you want in your Apex rank journey. It would mean a lot to me if you smash that like button. I encourage you to also subscribe because I make daily videos, usually shorts that cover Apex news, updates, or even just more broken down versions of tips and tricks from the normal gamer. Thank you, I hope you have a great one, and let us continue with the video. When it comes to these guys, everyone always asks, what legend should I use? Which legends are best? And you know, the community will give you its suggestions. ALGS pick rates will give you its suggestions. But here is my kind of tip and advice and guide for normal gamers. From experience, I personally believe on the mindset and philosophy that variety and flexibility will allow you to be a better player in Apex. So I don't tend to harp on using, the meta legends and whatnot. I tend to advocate for something out of the blue, like crypto. In this channel in the past, I've talked about how great of an asset crypto is, especially in ranked. He is a perfect combination of selfish and team orientated that allows you as a solo queue normal player to really succeed. I mean, yes, he is selfish because you can just justify abandoning your team because sometimes you take fights that are unnecessary and are dumb and are bad, which will happen a lot in solo queue, and just reset and by recovering banners with your drones. You can also be selfish and kind of get lucky because if you place your drone in the middle of a fight and it's scanning everyone and you win that fight, well, boom, you get a bunch of assist points. However, using him correctly with microphones, with coordination, with tactics, he is superb. His ring scanning ability allows you to focus and build your ring awareness foundation, which is key for better position placements down in the long run. His EMP with a coordinated attack are perfect for squad wipes. It just really comes down to communication, and the most important thing, do not be in your drone the entire time. Crypto requires slower and more patient play, which I'm okay with, but I know a lot of people don't like that. So in my also experience, on the flip side, here are some legends that you should use as well. Caustic, if you're still kind of figuring out how to be aggressive or passive, like, in terms of being edge game or really aggro, Caustic is good because right now, one, he is a top legend in terms of position holding with his gas and whatnot, so he can be flexible in those 2 playstyles, so you should go to him. But if let's say you're more comfortable with fighting, then you should probably be picking Octane or Bloodhound because they capitalize on that itch to fight. Overall, my takeaway is that you should be picking legends that will allow you to build upon the skills that you are lacking. Again, like I mentioned, if you lack fighting skills, pick Octane and Bloodhound. That will help be more aggressive. If you need to build position awareness or, end game knowledge, pick slower legends like Recon Legends to help you out. Overall, my message to you normal gamers is this: improvements happens because of the way you use a legend, not because you use a certain legend. So wrapping this up, normal gamers, getting to diamond is totally doable. Alright, you can make it to diamond in a split time frame. You can make it to diamond and improve in your mechanical skills at the same time. There is a lot you can do. I believe in you. From one normal gamer to another. So before we get into the game that got me to diamond, let's recap everything I said. Mindset is key, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you're playing well, you will do well and you will be more receptive to learning and improving. If you're having a bad day, just stop playing. It is not worth the tremendous RP loss you will get, again, speaking from experience, that you will have because you're playing on a bad mood. The bread and butter to Apex Ranked as it stands is getting RP. Gain it the way you think is best, but the bread and butter is maybe early KP, but just always playing endgame. Play endgame. And lastly, mechanics will make this climb faster. So if you win your 1v1s, your 1v3s, you understand position holding, it really doesn't matter the legend you choose. Obviously, meta legends exist for a reason, so if you're good with them, pick them. But I want to just advocate that the legend doesn't dictate your climb, you dictate your climb. From my experience, my favorite legends right now are Crypto, Caustic, and Octane, or, substitute Wraith sometimes. Good luck. I'll catch you guys real soon. Stay tuned for the game commentary, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. My name is Flame078, the normal gamer. Adios. So in my final game before I got to diamond, I was on a very positive streak, gaining a lot of RP, and going to one of the things I was advocating about, mindset, about mentality, is I was feeling good. And because I was feeling good, I was taking things calmly. I wasn't in a hurry or rush. Compared to this Octane, which unfortunately they were not speaking English, did not know what they were saying, but ever since before this point too, Octane and this Watson were kind of like itching to do something, and I noticed this behavior in myself as well when I was playing in a bad mood, because I would be the antsy as they were, and I would fall down exactly how this Octane did. So with me being in a better mood, I was much slower. I was being a little bit more careful with the actions I was doing, and I was kind of compensating for the eagerness my randoms were displaying. And this is something I learned over time. This is something that I worked on improving, because I've been that Octane, and we've gotten situations where only I died and I'd be frustrated, or I'd throw the entire game and we all die, right? So mentality, it seems small, but it plays such a huge factor in how you play the game, and it factors in your decision making and whatnot. I'm using Wraith right now, as Wraith in the last couple of days I was just having fun with. I have this goal of mine to try to get 1,000 kills with Wraith, so I've just been using her. But Wraith and Octane were kind of my go-to aggressive legends. It just turns out that unfortunately the first half, 13-15 minutes of this match were very slow and very uneventful. But here is where we kind of turn things around in terms of, okay, this is now where we can score some KP. This is where we can actually be positive.
Isso aqui. Tô pegando pixel nenhum. Achei.
Posso entrar?
Tem um caído. Não, tem dois. Tem um ali, ó. Bom, tá ali, ó.
I see somebody.
Quebrei o gibão.
Get shot at. Here comes some shots here. Throwing a grenade.
Ah, mano, ô.
Enemies right here.
Porra, maluco. Ah, levantaram, velho. Eu quebrei a vala.
I downed an enemy. I'm out of heavy ammo. Reloading. Enemy taken out.
And yes, of course we could have kind of played that differently. It could have been inside the building. Obviously I think there are many things I could have done better, but overall that fight went in my favor. I was doing the right things. I was hip firing correctly. I was confident in my 1v1s. As you guys saw, I just was hitting my shots, and that's important. It is kind of a balancing act between handling randoms and the stress of that with your attitude. Unfortunately, it does suck we can't communicate, the whole language barrier thing, but we made it work, we made it happen. So we got our teammate back, we get to reloot these boxes calmly, we have heat shields, we have pretty much everything going for us. We're now top 6, and now we got a kill under our belt, puts us positive. So again, if you're worried about not getting KP, if you didn't get it early, it is totally fine. What matters more consistently is getting to endgame. And top 6, top 5 situation is where you want to be, because this is now where your KP will have an impact. Lots of fighting going on. We're here. Gotta made it to round 5. It's almost died to the ring there, but hey, we're doing it.
Não, já.
There's area over there.
Tem granada?
Reloading.
The unfortunate reality with randoms is you can't control them. Ideally here, Watson would place more fences. I'm glad she put the pylon, but overall, again, our octane goes down so many times this match, it wasn't even funny.
Mano. Para. Pô, nem dava pra acertar o tiro aqui, mano. Ridículo. Pelo amor de Deus.
I'm epic. Cover me.
Croco demais.
Firing.
Tem cara na casa ali.
Nunca vi isso, mano.
Mano, vamos. Ó, tem nego ali, ó. Vai do coisa, mano.
Tem aqui também, ó.
Thermite grenade out.
Tem granada.
Um tava por aqui, ó.
Cuidado das costas, cuidado das costas. Ó, lá em cima da casa,
Let's
ó.
go this way. Getting shot at. Taking fire. Firing. Recharging my shields.
Mano, eles são muito bosta. Ó, dá onde que eu tô lá de trás, mano.
That was the last one. Nice work.
Lá de trás.
And I almost forgot I had a heat shield. Pop that bad boy. And I'm just trying to keep our team alive, you know?
Phasing.
Tenta fazer swap. Mete o dianto,
Tem cara lá, mano.
Need to recharge my shields.
Civila. Vai pegar, me dá ban, vai pegar uma.
They were not ready at all for me coming in, baby. Let's go. A quick armor swap.
Recharging my shields.
But look at that, 4 KP. But we lose. But it is second place. And that's all I needed. Look at that. Within a couple of minutes, I went from negative RP to 100 plus RP. Endgame matters more than anything else. You'll get your KP, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this tip video. Good luck on your games, and I'll catch you guys real soon. Look at that. Diamond, baby.